Hey guys, hello everyone. Good evening to all. क्यों नहीं हो रही है पढ़ाई? We are live, guys. Now we will start with पढ़ाई and everything. Do not worry about that. And hello everyone. I can see 326 people have already joined. Good to start with. So hi Kumar, hi. So guys, am I audible and visible to you all clearly? Just give me a heads up in the chat, please. Hello. Good evening. So I'm audible, right? Yes. Yes. Guys, please be active in the chat and let me know that please respond to us whatever we are asking, and if you have any queries, any doubts regarding this bootcamp, regarding the anything you have, so you can ask us in the chat. Please feel free to ask. Yes, yes. Okay, okay, thank you guys, thank you for your response. So guys, my name is Anam. I'm one of the team member at LetsUpgrade, and I'm here just to introduce you all about the give you a brief about this like session bootcamp. And we are starting with Java 3 days bootcamp. It will be a 3 days 1.5 days 5 hour each day session, and you need to mark your attendance for that every day to get the certificate when the program ends. Make sure that guys that the certificate will be available on day 3, so do not spam in the chat again and again for the attendance for the certificate. You can mark your attendance anytime during this 3 days of program. You can mark anytime your attendance, so do not spam in the chat for the attendance and certificate part. Attendance kahan se hoga? I will explain you all everything from very start, so do not worry about that, and do not spam one question in the chat. We are here, we are seeing each and every questions, and we will answer it. Good evening guys. Guys, let's connect with each other. Let me know from where you people are joining, from where you belong, and in which field you are. Till then I will go share my screen and explain you about the attendance. मैम ये बाद में वॉच कर, यस यस आप बाद में देख सकते हो वीडियोस. वीडियो रहेगी हमारे चैनल पे, सो आप कभी भी आके आप रिफ्रेश कर सकते हो अपना स्टडी. लखनऊ, भोपाल, तमिलनाडु, निजा. ओके. Okay, okay. I can see many people are joining from the south side. Okay, so, Bangalore also. So, guys, just give. Let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. So I hope my screen is also visible to you all. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if my screen is visible to you all. Hi. Yes or no, guys? Third year batch Andhra Pradesh. Okay. 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 I can see people are joining from different states. BTech, okay, Maharashtra. I'm from Mumbai. I'm joining from Navi Mumbai. And okay, I will take my sleep properly. Do not worry. You do not worry about it. And please do not spam in the chat. Let's talk more about padai ka thing and do study. Okay. So guys, yes, my screen is visible. Guys, so for the attendance thing, you need to copy and paste the link in another tab. It won't open directly. However, if you click on the link, so make sure that you're copying this link. We call it as a one link where you can mark your attendance, register in the program, get certificate. And if any thing you want to know about this program, you can go to this link, copy and paste it in another tab. And first of all, you need to enroll in this boot camp if you haven't. So then only you will get to mark your attendance. So make sure that you're enrolling. Right now I have enrolled already, so it's not asking to me. Okay, one second. Yeah, so guys, when you open the link, scroll down the page. Here you can see below the day one title, here you can see mark attendance toggle. Click on it. Here is a rating scale on 1 to 10. You can rate it according to yourself. You can mark your attendance after the session also to give the honest rating and honest feedback. So for now I will give 10 on 10, and here is the rating sorry, here is the feedback box. You can give any feedback, be it positive, negative, and if you want any improvement from us or whatever thing is there, you can put it here and submit your mark. Make sure that you are clicking on this mark attendance toggle. So when you click it, here the progress bar will increase. It will increase day by day as you mark your attendance. For now it is 33%, so as it is day 1, so on day 2, day 3 it will increase accordingly. And also guys, after we have this communities Discord and WhatsApp. You can join us there to get regular updates in events updates and reminders and everything about the upcoming bootcamp. Also we post there, so you will be updated from us, from our side. And we have this student ambassador program, which is a 1 month program. It is a free of cost, no charge, nothing you have to pay. By enrolling in this program, You can earn swags, you can get the go, you will based on the target what you achieve, you will be eligible for the gold swag, silver swag, bronze swag. So that is the thing. And also there is a different challenge going on where you can get smartwatch, ipad, gaming chair, earbuds, many things are there. And amazon vouchers is also there. So yeah, make sure that you're enrolling. You can add this certificate on your resume. You can present let's upgrade in your colleges. You will get the access to like attend exclusive workshops, and many more things are there. You can enroll and apply for this program. The next batch will start from 1st of feb. So you still have the time, 15 days. And when you enroll, when you will apply, our team will get connect to you. So do not worry about that anything further things. And also guys, we have this all-in-one documentation. The link is already been pinned to your pinned in the chat. You can click on it, where you can find the links to enroll, the links to attend, mark your attendance, the session link. And this is the notes which we have prepared for you. This is the curriculum. So you will get to know from, like, on day one what all topics we are going to cover. And on day two, likewise same on day two and day three. We also have interview questions prepared for you. Like, you can refer it in your future also. You can save the link and refer it in your future. You will get the question answers here. If you have any, if you are unable to understand any of the topic, you can go through this page and refer it. And that's all from my side. I have explained you all about the attendance thing, all in one documentation and everything. Other than that, if you have anything to ask, you can ask us in the chat. For the certificate, it will be unlocked on day 3. So when the program ends, you will get it to download. Do not spam for it again and again. On the same page where you mark your attendance, below the progress bar, you will find the download certificate option. Free or paid, it is free, no charge, nothing is there for anything. Video quality is not clear. Everything is clear from my side. I don't know, guys, please call your friends also, your colleague, your whoever is interested to learn java, who wants to know about tech and everything. You can call them. And yeah, please make sure that you are subscribing, let's upgrade, liking the video if you like anything. If you like, if any one topic even you like, then please make sure that you are liking the video. Attendance link the moderators will share in the chat, do not worry about it. Otherwise, you can go on the all-in-one doc and get the link from there. Okay, so now I will call the trainer. The trainer is Saurabh sir. I know most of them knows, and most of the people loves him, and he's very energetic. You will love his session. Please make sure that you are like focusing on learning part. And if you have any doubt, you can ask us in the chat. He will be there throughout the 3 days to clear your doubts. So yeah, hello sir, good evening. So you're on mute.
Sorry. Okay. Hi, hi, hi. Good evening. Good evening. Am I
Hello
audible
sir.
now?
Yes, you are audible. So how are
Okay.
you, sir?
Nice. I am good. I'm really good and excited.
Okay. So I have already explained them the attendance and everything. Now I will take a leave and hand over the session to you. Okay.
Sure, sure.
So bye guys. Bye everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Can you share my screen as well? Okay. Thank you. Okay. First of all, I'm coming here on YouTube after a long time. So, first of all, hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you all? Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How are you all? First, tell me that. And does any one of you know me? Because I am on YouTube and also on Let's Upgrade after a long time today. So, do you remember me, or any one of you know me? Please tell me in the chat. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Okay, that's great. I am also good. I'm really good. I'm really good and excited to teach you today. And hopefully, a lot of new things are coming up as well. So, yep. No. ओके या आई एम गुड टू आई एम गुड टू नहीं जानते मुझे कोई बात नहीं अब जान जाओगे अभी मैं अगले 3 दिन आपके साथ हूँ और मे भी आगे भी बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ाऊंगा तो जान जाओगे टेंशन की बात नहीं है बिल्कुल भी ओके सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड फॉर पीपल हु नो मी वेलकम बैक फॉर पीपल हु डोंट नो मी my name is Saurabh Gupta and by profession I'm a full stack web and app developer and I also love to teach. That is the reason I'm here. And for anything related to attendance, guys, all the links are in the description. Please go there, or you can also, after some time, you can watch the video from start. There you can again see how to mark attendance, and also the attendance link is also going on in the chat. You can see the mods are putting the attendance link in the chat, so you can also get it from there. But again, right now when we are in the session, don't worry about the attendance. Again, you have to mark it, but when you're in the session, your main focus should be on learning everything that I'm trying to teach you, that I'm trying to share it to you. Okay, so please focus on that. And attendance link will be always in the chat, in the description below the video. You can always mark it from there. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, guys, everyone, are we ready? Are we ready and excited for Java? And first of all, also tell me how many of you know Java already and how many of you are new to Java? Tell me that as well. How many are new to Java from you guys? Sir, you know Tamil? Nobody know. I don't know Tamil. I would love to learn that in future, definitely. So, how many of you are very, very new to Java? Okay, I can see a lot of people are very, very new. That is an amazing thing. First of all, guys, you don't need to know anything to start with this course. We are going to be starting everything from scratch. If you know some basic of programming, like you know at least about some basic variable concept or loop concept, that is amazing. But even if you don't know that, it's completely fine because we are starting from scratch. Okay, and don't worry, everything will be in English, but if required in between, if someone is confused anywhere, you can just mention your question. I would also love to answer that in Hindi as well, so don't worry. So mostly the course will be in English, but if there is any confusion, I will also answer it in Hindi. Okay, so if you're new, don't worry. If you know a little bit Java, that will be amazing. If you don't know anything, completely fine. And if you're an expert, just enjoy then, right? So yes, we'll be trying to complete the full loop. So first of all, I would like to explain you the whole thing that we'll be covering in 3 days. So today, first day, as everyone is new, so we'll be talking about what exactly is Java, what is the use of learning Java. Because whenever you're learning something, right, whenever you're learning a new language, new technology, it's important to know why you're learning that. Don't learn anything blindly. You should know why you're learning something, what is your target. So we'll discuss that, right? What exactly is Java, why we should learn it, what is the use case, and how companies use it, all that stuff, right? Then after that, we'll see a little bit about how to install Java, right? And then after that, we can start writing our first code. So no time wastage, no extra things, directly onto code. Okay, so guys, I hope I'm first of all clearly audible. Everyone, is my voice completely clear? I try to speak louder. I'm always loud, but I hope it is not going, like it is not causing any kind of irritation in anyone's ears. Please confirm that, guys. Okay, and completely audible, very clear. Okay, then let's go. These classes are enough to learn Java? I would say no. These are for the basics. But if you talk about Java, then learning how to build something from Java, then there are a lot of things that you need to learn as well. Hopefully, we'll be having a course for that in future as well, because this is basics of Java. After basic, you should learn Spring, then Hibernate, then Spring Boot, then database connectivity. So there are a lot of things. Okay. So guys, let's go. Welcome to Core Java. So first of all, let's remove all this thing and let's directly get into what is we are here for, right? So what exactly is Java for all the new people? What exactly is Java? First of all, you guys answer me. What according to you is Java? What do you think? You guys, what do you think? Tell me. Just 2 3 answers, then we can start. All the new people, old people, please tell me. What is Java according to you? What do you think about Java? Tell me quickly. Come on. Okay, I can see few answer. I can see programming languages. Okay, programming language, that means coffee. Okay, that's great. Yes, it is coffee. So you're not incorrect, but in this context, yes, that is not correct. So yeah, Java is a platform independent and secure. Okay, amazing. Bike, yes, again, you're not incorrect, but in this context, that's not correct. It's a programming language. It's a programming language. Okay, I can see a lot of answers regarding programming language and computing platform. Okay, amazing. Nice, nice. High level language. Yes, correct. Object oriented. Yes. Okay, so almost all the answers here are correct. So again, guys, congratulations. You all got it correct. But now then, let's say if an interviewer asks you in future, let's say down the line 2 3 years, once you have completed college and everything, and if an interviewer asks you what is Java, then you won't be only answering that okay, it is a programming language. So we need a neat and clean and a good answer. Okay. So to start with, what we can start with is Java is a multi-purpose. Again, guys, don't mind my spellings. I'm very bad with spelling, but just try to understand things. So Java is a multi-purpose programming language. So this is the first line I'll say. Java is nothing but a multi-purpose programming language. Now, when I say that it is a multi-purpose programming language, that means it is used to create or build a lot of things. Okay, which we are not going to be learning all here in these 3 days, but in future you will definitely learn that. So Java is a multi-purpose high-level programming language, and we'll discuss all that stuff. Okay. So first of all, what is the meaning of multi-purpose? Multi-purpose means it is used for creating APIs, it is used for creating games, it is also used with, you can say, data structures, for data structures, right? So there are a lot of use cases. So it is used for APIs, it is used for working on databases, right? So you can use this language in different ways. You can also create console applications, you can also create desktop applications with this, right? You can also create Android applications, that means mobile applications with this. So this is what I mean when I say a language is a multi-purpose language. That means once you learn that language, once you learn how to code in that language, right, then there are a lot of things that you can create. You can create APIs, you can create games, you can do data structures, you can work with databases, right? You can create console applications, desktop application, Android applications. But these will be the things which you can do only after learning Java. So, but first of all, we got the idea of why we are calling it multi-purpose. Second statement was it is a high level language, right? It is a high level language. Now, what is the meaning of high level language? High level means something which is a lot easier to understand, or something which doesn't directly work with computers hardware. Now again, we don't have to go very deep in this, right? See, in computers internally, operating systems have language which directly interact with the hardware, with RAM, ROM, hard disk, and everything. But Java is a high level language. That means as a coders, we can write it in a English like language. Internally, computer will compile it and understand it in its own way. We'll talk about that later on as well. But for us, it's basically easy to write. Okay, we are not going to be directly interacting with computers hardware. So it is a high level language. Any language, if it is a low level language, that means it directly interacts with computers hardware. Java doesn't directly interact with computers hardware. That's why it's a high level language, right? And it's very simple to understand. Okay, thirdly, we can also mention that it is an object oriented. So this is the complete definition. Java is a multi-purpose, high-level, object-oriented programming language. Now, don't worry. What exactly is object-oriented? We are not going to be directly learning here. Tomorrow, we are going to be going in complete detail about what is object-oriented. So, guys, tomorrow's session is going to be the most important session if you are planning to understand object-oriented in complete detail. Okay. So Java is a multi-purpose. That means you can do a lot of things once you learn it. It's a high-level language. That means it directly doesn't interact with the computer's hardware. So we don't have to worry about that. We're going to be writing it in simple English. It's high level for normal people's understanding for us, right? It's object-oriented. Tomorrow we'll talk about that. And then it is a programming language. So when I say programming language, that simply means, guys, you, if something is a programming language, that means you simply write instructions in some language, which will be Java in this case. You write instructions, computer understands that instructions and does something for you. That's a very simple what do you say, definition of programming language. A programming language is nothing but a language in which you write instructions, computer understands that instructions and does some task for you. That is what we're going to be doing, right, everyone? So got the definition, every guys, please tell me, you guys have understood the definition? So Java is nothing but a multi-purpose, high-level, object-oriented programming language. That's all. And once you learn it, then you can do a lot of things. But first of all, we have to learn it. So let's go, guys. Are we all ready? Got it? Amazing. Java is better than C++? Yes. In terms of these things, yes. But C++ also has its own advantages. So it is not like C++ is not used now. It has its own advantages. Yes, yes. Okay, so guys, are we all ready? Can we move ahead? Now then, first of all, there are few more things to understand. Okay, there are few more things to understand. That is, the first thing is going to be, now when you want to write a programming language, right? That means if you're planning to write a program, if I'm planning to write a program, right? If I'm planning to write a program, no matter in which language, it can be Java, it can be JavaScript, it can be C sharp, it can be PHP, no matter what language. Okay, so if I'm planning to write a program in some language, that means my plan is to write instructions which my computer will execute, right? And does some task, right? So this is my plan. If I'm writing a program in any language, my plan is to give some instructions which my computer will execute and does some task for me. That is the ultimate aim, no matter which language you choose. But then our computers don't directly know anything about Java or C or C++. So they don't know anything about these languages. That means even if I start writing Java code, my computer will never understand what is Java. Or if I write, what do you say, C++ code, my computer also doesn't know anything about C++. So if your computer, it's like this. If I am speaking English to you, and if you don't understand English, then it's not worth, right? You'll never understand what I'm trying to say. You'll never understand what I'm asking you to do. If you don't know English, and if I give you an instruction in English, you will never know what to do. Same thing. So computers don't directly understand Java. So if I'm planning to write Java code, I can't. So for that, guys, what we need is a tool called as JDK. We need a tool called as JDK that we have to install in our computer so that my computer can start understanding Java and can start understanding instructions and can do task based on that. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So if you want to start creating Java based applications, or you have to just start writing Java code, you need to install this in your computer so that your PC can start understanding Java. And it's very easy, guys. You can get it anywhere. So just have to go online. So let me just open my browser, and you just have to search for JDK download. If you just search for this, so now I'm not going to download, guys, because it's heavy. It will take a lot of time. So it will take the complete lecture's time. Not that much, but it will at least waste our 10 20 minutes. So you can just go on, just search for JDK download, guys, online if you don't have it. And then if you just open it here, okay, just I'm not going to install it, don't worry. And here now, depending on your PC, if it is Linux, if it is Windows, if it is whatever it is, you can just download and install it like a normal software. Is that cleared, guys? Please just go on this site. You can see if it is Linux or Mac or Windows, depending on your PC. So for me, it is Windows, right? So I'll go on Windows and I can simply download this MSI installer. And once I download this, I can just double click and install it like you install a game. Install it like you install a software, any software. That's it. Double click, next, next, next. And initially, you don't have to worry about any extra things. Just install it. Once you have installed it, right? How to confirm that you have installed it? Once you have installed it, you can just go in your terminal. Okay, you can just go in your terminal, any terminal, command prompt terminal, whatever you call it. Okay, and then just type Java. If this command gives you all these things, right? All these things, all these help commands, that means it is installed in your PC. And if this gives you error or it is not recognized, then try restarting your PC once. And again, if it is not working, then that means installation is not successful. You need to either reinstall it or you have to see what is the problem. But again, guys, for 99% of you, it will definitely work. So don't worry. It never fails. Almost it never fails. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone, please confirm that. You can also see which version of Java you have. You can just write Java hyphen hyphen version. So you can see in my PC it is Java 21.0.2 which is installed. You can get the new one. It's completely fine. Is that cleared, guys? So just test it like this. And that's it then. Now you have this, you can start creating Java based applications. You don't need anything else. Trust me. Okay? Now, but before we dive into things directly, let's discuss one more thing. What exactly are you getting when you install this kit, what exactly are the things getting installed in your PC? Now, a lot of times people install this and people start writing Java, but they don't know what exactly they got. So let me just take 1 minute to make you understand what exactly you got. So the first thing that you got is something called as JRE. Okay, before this, you got something called as Java compiler. So this is one thing that you get. So when you install JDK, the first thing that you get is a Java compiler, right? What is Java compiler? Now, for all the people, if you're coming from a programming background, then definitely you know what is a compiler. But for all the people who don't know, I'll give you one simple explanation. See, we are going to be writing our code in Java language. Now, don't worry how to write that, we'll see. But we are going to be writing our code in Java language. But remember, guys, computers don't understand Java. Computers don't understand any language. They only understand a language called as binary. Computers only understand binary language. Remember that. Okay. And we are going to be writing our code in Java language. So how will computer understand binary? It can't. That is why we have something called as Java compiler. So when we write our code in Java, we will ask Java compiler to compile our code. And Java compiler will convert the Java code to binary, or which is also called as, remember this guys, which is also called as bytecode. Okay. So compiler, Java compiler will convert our Java code to bytecode. Is that clear, everyone? Binary code so that the PC can understand it. Okay. Then, so one thing that you get is Java compiler. The second thing that you get is something called as Java runtime environment, or the short name is JRE. Okay, guys, again, focus on this because a lot of times people don't know about this. That's why just I'm taking 5 minutes to explain you this. Okay, so you also get JRE. So these things, these two things are included in the JDK. Okay, so you get Java compiler, which will convert Java code to bytecode or binary code, and then JRE, which actually then uses the bytecode and processes it. Now again, there are a lot of things that goes inside, but right now we don't need to talk about that. In future we can talk about that. But this is what processes the bytecode and produces the output for you. As this is a basic session, I'm not going into what exactly happens in the JRE. But remember, guys, JRE uses the bytecode and converts it into the output. But there are 3-4 things that goes on inside. If we get time, I'll definitely discuss. Don't worry. Maybe today only at the end we'll discuss about this as well. But again, it goes on inside. That's why we don't need to worry. But don't worry. Today at the end we'll discuss about that. Okay. What is used of JVM? JVM is basically, so once, see, in JRE what happens, again at the end I'm going to be explaining this, but just to tell you, okay, just to let you know what JVM does is, so when you get the bytecode, right, so bytecode is converted to machine specific code. Okay, and then JVM reads that machine specific code and gives you the output. So every computer gets its own JVM. So when you install JDK, you also get JVM. Okay, let's do one thing, guys. Let's understand this. What say, guys? Shall we understand this? It will just take 5 minutes. Let's see what happens in JRE. What say, everyone? You tell me. If you say yes, we'll move ahead. Tell me, come on. If you say yes, we'll take 5 minutes and move ahead. And by that time, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Come on, guys. If you're new, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So what I can do is I can create a diagram for you. I can create a very simple diagram. Okay. So let's say this is the Java code that you wrote. Okay. Again, guys, please focus. So this is the Java code. Okay. Let me also use a different font. Yes. So this is the Java code that you wrote. Okay. Java code. So the first step that happens is Java code is compiled. It goes through the compiler. So this is your compiler. Okay. This is your, let me just go ahead. Okay. Again, guys, don't mind my diagram, please. Okay. So it goes to the Java compiler. So you write a Java code and the file that you will be creating, the extension for that file will be .java. So let's say any file that you created, a.java, b.java, any file you will create, you'll write some code in it. After that, you will pass it to the Java compiler. Compiler will compile it, and according to our definition, guys, it will convert it into bytecode. Okay. So it will generate a new file. Compiler will generate a new file. Why is my arrow not? Okay, yeah. So compiler will generate a new file, and that is what you call as the bytecode. Okay, so this is going to be your binary code or the bytecode. Wait, yes. So this is going to be your bytecode, and the file extension is dot class. So dot class files are nothing but bytecodes. This is the first step. This is the first step. Java code is compiled to bytecode. Java files are converted to dot class files, and the compiler does it. Now then, you have a separate environment, and this environment is what you call as JRE. Okay. Now what happens is the bytecode that has been created is loaded inside the JRE. So in the JRE, the first component or the first system that is there is called as class loader. Okay. The first component in JRE is class loader. This is responsible for loading the class file in the environment. This is the environment. So class loader loads the class file in the environment. Then that bytecode file is passed on to the next step, where the bytecode verification is done. Bytecode is checked for any potential malfunctions or issues or any kind of extra checks. So here we have one more component called as bytecode verifier. Okay, bytecode verifier. So this is what happens. So then class loader loads the class file, and that is passed to the bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier checks for any potential issues, problems in the bytecode, and if there's nothing, then it is passed finally to the JVM. Every machine who has JDK, every computer. So if my computer is Windows, Windows will get its own JVM, Mac will get its own JVM, every machine will get its own JVM. So then it is finally passed to the JVM. Okay, JVM. And now JVM, what it does is it takes this bytecode and compiles it according to the machine. So if it is Windows, it will be compiled according to Windows. If it is Mac, it will be compiled according to Mac. If it is Linux, it will be compiled according to Linux. And then finally, you will have your, what do you call it, output, right? So you will have your output file, which will then give you the output. Simple. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, guys. Okay. Yes, it is basically converted to the binary code depending on the PC. I just didn't mention it. Okay, let me mention it here. Okay. So I can mention it in machine specific code or the binary. Okay. So let me mention. I hope you guys can see my screen, guys, properly. The machine specific code, and then finally the output. So I forgot to mention that. I just didn't write it. So let me write it. And finally, the last process is you will get your output from that. Okay. So this is what happens inside Java. And the whole definition of Java comes here. Okay. Now remember, guys, see, here JVM actually doesn't compile. It is kind of like compilation only. But here it is called as, what JVM does is called as interpretation. JVM interprets the bytecode. So it is called as interpretation, is also like compilation, but it is done line by line. That's why it is called as interpretation. So again, let's just go through it once again. You write Java code. First, you will compile it. Then you will get a class file, which is again a bytecode. Then that bytecode is passed inside JRE. Class loader loads the bytecode in the JRE. Then it gets passed through a bytecode verifier, which checks for any issues, any problems in the bytecode. Then it is passed to the JVM, machine specific JVM. As I said, every computer will have its own JVM, right? Then JVM interprets the bytecode and converts it into the machine specific code, machine specific binary. Windows, it will be different. Mac, it will be different. And then you get your final output. Your PC translates it and produces the final output for you. And that's how the whole Java system works. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? So this is something we wanted to do it at last, but I hope you got it now, guys. Cool. Everyone, please tell me. Now, let me also tell you how some of the very simple lines come up. Now, you might have heard of this, right? That Java is platform independent. You might have heard of this, right? Java is platform independent. How and why? Let me tell you that. So see, okay, first, not platform independent. Let's actually talk about, let's go step by step. Sorry, let's go step by step. Let's go step by step. First, Java is called as a two-stage programming language, right? Java is called as a two-stage programming language. Why? Remember, any other language is either compiled or interpreted. Any other language is either compiled or interpreted. You can see in Java, compilation is also happening and interpretation is also happening. That is why Java is called as a two-stage programming language, right? Secondly, Java is also considered as platform independent. Platform independent. Why? Why it is considered as platform independent? Because see, so what I can do is I can open my Windows machine, I can write Java code, I can compile Java code, I'll get a class file. Then I can take this class file from Windows and put this class file in Mac. And then Mac computers JRE will also take this bytecode and run it for me. So I can write code in Windows and take that class file and give it to Mac, and Mac will also take that class file, verify it, its own JVM will interpret it, and it will work. That is why it is called as platform independent. That means you can write on any platform and run on any other platform. That is why platform independent. Thirdly, Java is also considered very secured language. Very secure. Reason being, one of the reason is object orientation. That is there. We'll learn about that tomorrow. Second, you can see here checks are also done at the bytecode level. Even the bytecode is getting checked before performing the interpretation. So how much more security we need? Object orientation is already there, so it will be a lot secured in terms of writing code. But, and don't worry guys, for new people, don't worry, tomorrow we'll talk about object orientation. But even the bytecode is getting checked for potential issues and risks. So how much more security we need? So that's why Java is also considered one of the most secured languages. Is that cleared, guys? Abhi is asking, what is the difference between the byte code and the machine specific code? Byte code is like a universal binary. It's a universal byte code. It can be understood by any computer, mostly by JRE, not by any computer. Mostly it is for JRE. What JVM interprets is a machine specific binary. That means if it is Windows, it will be binary according to Windows. If it is Mac, it will be binary according to Mac. Only Mac can understand that binary. If it is a Windows binary, only Windows can understand that binary. Bytecode is like a universal thing which any JRE can understand. Right? So I create a bytecode in Windows. I give that to Mac's JRE, it will understand it. I give that to Linux JRE, it will understand it. Okay, but this machine specific code that is generated, it is only for the machine where it was generated. It cannot be used in any other machine. Is that clear, Abhi? So everyone got it, how Java works? Guys, please tell me, everyone, are we all cleared? And also, are you guys enjoying the session? Tell me that as well. Are you guys enjoying the session till now? So that will be it about explaining how Java works. So now we know Java, what exactly is Java, and how it works. And I think now we can directly start coding. Everyone, can we go on to the coding part then? Okay, then great. Amazing. So guys, if you have installed JDK, you are good to go. So now for coding, you can use anything. You can also code in Notepad, but again, I would not suggest that. Okay, because you should always use a code editor. Why? Because see, Notepad, again, I know that you guys nowadays don't use Notepad, but in our times when I was in college, we started with Notepad. So just like to tell you the difference between Notepad and any code editor. Remember, Notepad is a text editor. That means whatever you write, I'm not saying that you can't write Java in Notepad. You can write Java in Notepad, but if you write it in Notepad, it will not look good. It will be all black and white. It will not help you in auto completion. It will not be understandable because there is only black color, right? So it's not a code editor, it's a text editor. That means everything just looks black, no help in terms of writing code, no autocomplete, no error recognition, nothing. So you will take a lot of time to write a simple code. That is why we are not going to be using Notepad. Okay, so what can we use? So you can use any code editor in the world, like we can go for using VS Code. If needed, we can use VS Code. But again, VS Code is not considered as one of the best Java editors. Why? Because if you're writing it in VS Code, you still have to do the compilation on your own. Okay. So the best Java editors that we have currently in the market, one is famous from long time, which is Eclipse. It is mainly made for Java. Then there was also called as NetBeans. But nowadays, the most famous Java editor, modern in the modern world, is IntelliJ IDEA. So in some time, we'll be using IntelliJ. But again, guys, I'm not forcing you guys to use IntelliJ. You can use VS Code. If you like, you can also go for Notepad. I would not suggest that, but if you like it, you can definitely go for Notepad. Okay. So then why I'm not directly going to show you it on IntelliJ. Why? Because I want to show you how to work without a Java ID. What if you just want to write some Java code in Notepad? How to do that? So I will just show you one very basic example of how to compile Java on your own. Okay, then after that, IntelliJ will do it for you. Don't worry. But let me just show you how to compile it on your own. Okay. So now then, let me do one thing. Let me create a folder. And the next 3 days, whatever I do, it will be in this folder. And at the end, I will share this folder with you. Okay. So for the next 3 days, whatever I write, it will be in this folder. Okay. So let me go ahead and create a new folder, and I'm going to name it as Java LU sessions, something like that. Okay. Or maybe we can put the month here. So it will be easy for us to understand, right? So what is the month? It is January, right? Yes. So Java LU Jan, and that's it. Cool. So I have a folder now. Let me open this folder in VS Code. So we can just go here in VS Code, file, open folder. It's on my desktop. So I'll go on desktop, and here we go. Java LU Jan. Okay. So now, guys, that folder is open. I hope you guys can see. I'll also increase the fonts as a little bit. So here we go, guys. Now then, first thing, according to our diagram, the first thing that we need is a Java file. So let's create a very, very basic Java file. Okay. Let's create because see, guys, if you want to write Java code, you need a file with .java extension. Then only JDK will consider it as a Java file. If you create a .txt file and write Java code, it's worthless. If you create a .c file and write Java code, it's worthless. Okay. So you need to write your Java code in .java file only, so that JDK can understand, oh, it's a Java file. I need to compile it. So let's go, and let's for now just name it as first. You can name it anything, guys, but I'm just calling it as first.java. Okay. Now see, guys, as I mentioned that today I'm not explaining you about object oriented programming, because today we'll talk about basics, but tomorrow's day will be completely on object oriented programming. So tomorrow's session you don't have to miss. But again, Java is almost purely object oriented, so you cannot work without class. That is why today I'll create a basic class, but for all the people who don't know what is class or what is object, please, guys, it's my humble request, don't worry. Tomorrow, all your doubts that you have from forever about class, object, overloading, overriding, everything will be cleared. Okay, trust me. But today, just see, I'm going to create a class. So because Java can't work without class. Okay, and also let me, okay, if it is this, then why it is not working? Okay, so let me go ahead and create a class. I'm going to name it as first. Now see, guys, in Java there's a rule that your class name that you have in your file and your file name should be same. It's a rule in Java, otherwise it won't work properly. That means if you want, you can have multiple classes in one file. Again, guys, tomorrow we will discuss this. Just for information, I'm telling you that whatever, if you're having one class in your file, that class should have the exact same name as your file name. If you have multiple classes in a single file, which you should not do, it's not a good practice. But if you're planning to create multiple classes in a single file, at least one class name should be similar to your file name. But for now, I'm creating only one class, so that name and file name should be same. It's a rule. Okay. And inside this, I am creating a function. Again, guys, if you don't know about functions, tomorrow we'll talk about that. But today also I'll discuss a little about functions. So just for now, I'm just trying to run some code. That's why I'm just writing it. So public static. Again, don't worry about all this. I'm going to be explaining all this. Trust me. Public static. This is just a starter code. That's all. In normal editors, this comes by default. Here I'm writing it. Okay. String. This also I'll tell you what is string, why you're passing that array, what is args, everything. But this is a basic boilerplate of a very basic Java application, a simple class and a simple function. And this is where you can start writing your code. Now, see, guys, just to let you know, see, in Java, if you're building a Java project, listen to me carefully, guys. If you're building a Java project, in a single project, you might have 10, 20, 30, 40 classes, hundreds of functions. You can have all that. In a single Java project, you might have 50, 60 classes, hundreds of functions. But there always should be one function which is named as main, and only one. In a single project, only one main function should be there in a single project. If you have multiple projects, it's fine. Different projects can have different main function. But in a single project, you should only have one main function. If you have multiple, it will not cause any issue, but that's not good. Again, tomorrow I'll tell you why. You'll understand that. Don't worry. So one main function. Why function name should be main and only main? Because internally in JDK, it is mentioned that whenever someone runs a project or runs a file, whenever someone wants to run a project and run a file to check what that code is doing or to execute the code, JDK or the compiler will always run the code which is only inside the main function. It is predefined. We are not doing it. So the Java compiler, remember that, always targets the main function. It finds out where is the main function, where is the main function, where is the main function. And only code which is written inside the main function, that is executed. Remember that, guys. Okay. The code which is inside the main function, only that is executed. For now, guys, again, don't worry about class and all that stuff. Tomorrow we'll talk about that. Ashutosh is saying it's method, not function. Ashutosh, every method is also a function. Function is the basic name. Method, function can also be called as a method when a function doesn't have any return type. Then we call it a method. But again, underlying it is function only. So function. Everything is a function. Okay. Method is secondary, but that's okay. Cool, guys, everyone. So whatever code you write inside this particular block, only that code will be executed, and it should be always named main. And specifically in Java, the signature should be like this. Now, don't worry. After some time, I'll explain you each and every bit. What is public, what is static, what is main. But for now, it's okay. Now then, let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead and let's learn the first thing. How do we print something in Java? Because that is what you learn in every language. How do you print something? So in here, to print something, the basic thing that you have to do is you have to use a system class. Again, don't worry. System. Tomorrow, guys, trust me, tomorrow, I'll also tell you what is this system? What is this out? Just trust me and wait for some time, because to understand this, you need to know a little more Java. So tomorrow, you'll be ready to understand what exactly is system, what exactly is out. So don't worry. We'll talk about that, because a lot of times people who do Java, they are doing Java from 6-7 months, but they don't know what exactly is system, what exactly is out. So tomorrow we'll understand that. Okay. So system.out.println. Okay. And inside this, you can write whatever you want to print. So for now, I'm printing a string. For all the new people, string is nothing but a collection of characters. Okay. So let me just try it. Hello, everyone on YouTube. And one important thing, that every line of instruction in Java should end with a semicolon. It's a very important thing in Java. Every line of instruction that you write should end with a semicolon. So guys, this is an instruction. This is an instruction. I'm asking Java to print this on the screen. Print this. So this is an example of instructions. And we write a lot of instructions. And that is what you call as a program. A program is nothing but collection of instructions, which is going to do something. Right now, we are simply printing. Okay. Someone is asking, what was the question? We have to call the function BT methods are automatically called when object is created. Only constructors are called, Sushil. Only constructors, not all the methods. Don't worry. We'll also talk about this tomorrow. So guys, are we cleared? I hope you understood the reason why I created the main function, right? Because compiler only targets that function whose name is main. That is why we need this. And then here I'm writing my instruction. In JavaScript, yeah, JavaScript doesn't have that. JavaScript doesn't have the concept of main function. Every language is different. Remember, guys, Java has the concept of main, Kotlin has the concept of main, right? These languages have concept of main. Some languages don't have it. JavaScript doesn't have the main concept, so they work differently. Even Python doesn't have the main concept. PHP doesn't have the main concept. So some languages are different because they are built by different people. So different people have built it in a different way. That's it. It's like I also create soap, you also create soap. You might follow some other method to create your soap. I might follow some other method to create my soap. Someone else will follow other method, right? Just like that. These all are languages. They are pretty much same in terms of what they do, but they are created by different people at different times. So some are improvements, some are easy, right? That's just like that. Okay, so guys, this is done. Now then, what I want is, I have a Java file, I have some code. I want to compile this code because that is the first thing, right, guys? In our diagram, we know that first thing is I have a Java file, I need to compile it to bytecode file. So let's go. Let's compile it, guys. Okay. So I can go in the folder where I have this file, which is here. You can see Java LUJAN. I can go in this folder. See, guys, I can go in this folder. Now, what I need is wherever my file is, at that place, I will open the terminal command prompt. Okay. First of all, let me close this command prompt. So my file is in Java LUJAN folder. You can see. So at this place, I'll right click and I'll click on open in terminal. So you can see a terminal has opened on that folder. Let me show you. We can also do this in VS Code, but just for people who don't know VS Code, I'm showing you this. You can see I am at that folder. If I do dir just to see all the things inside my folder, you can see, guys, I have my file. So this thing and this explorer thing are both same. The only difference is, one, I'm accessing via explorer, second, I'm exploring via terminal, but both are computer features. So now I am inside the folder where my file is there, and now I want to compile it. So what I'll do is, you will use a command called as javac, which stands for Java compile. I'm asking JDK. So javac is the JDK command. I'm asking JDK to compile the file. So just write the name of the file. Please take this file and compile it. Please take this file and compile it. Javac first.java, enter, and see. Can you see, guys? One new file is generated here. Can you see that? One new file is generated, first.class. So that is your bytecode. That means now, first thing is done. We had a .java file, right? I ran a command javac and the file name. And then a bytecode file is created. Now we have this file. Now what is the next step? I want to send this bytecode file into the JRE. And to do that, what we need to do is, again, in the same place, because see, guys, my class file is also in the same folder, right? You can see if I want to check it from here, my Java file is also there, my class file is also there. But now I don't have to worry about Java file anymore, because from Java file I got a class file. Now I need to send that class file into the JRE. For that, we'll just run Java, no javac, only Java and the file name first.class. Or you can just write first. It will automatically take the class file. It knows that I need to take the class file. And if you run it, see, guys, your output, hello everyone on YouTube. So guys, what you instructed the computer to do, my code was saying that print something on the screen, right? And here, wherever I run my file, so my file, JRE took the file, executed, and given the output. And that output is here. Is that cleared, files? Guys, everyone, are we cleared? Why I'm saying files? Is that cleared, guys? Everyone? Please tell me. Was it easy or not? Don't worry, you don't have to do it. Just wanted to show you how to do it. If at all, at any point of time, people ask you in interviews, how do you do it? What if you don't have VS Code? What if you don't have IntelliJ? How will you do it? So now you know, right? You will use the javac command to convert Java file to bytecode, and then Java command to run it. Okay? Is that cleared, guys? Everyone? But again, we are no longer going to be doing it. It was just for showcasing purposes that that's how it is done. Okay, so you just go in the terminal at your folder. Now see, if you don't want to open a separate terminal, see, you have that folder opened here, right? You have the same folder Java LU Jan opened in VS Code as well, correct? So what you can do is you can open a terminal here as well. You can just go in VS Code and run terminal, new terminal, and see, here also a new terminal is opened. See, same path. So this is also your command prompt only, guys. This is also your command prompt. Here also I can do the same thing. You can see my terminal is behaving very bad. Okay, so I can do the same thing, Java C first dot Java. Now let me delete this class file. Let me delete this class file so that we only have Java file. So Java C, again I'm saying, please compile this Java file. Run this and see, a class file is generated, right? So I again compiled my Java file, a class file is generated, and now I just have to run it. So Java, my class file name, which is first. It will understand that you have to take the class file. Run it and see the output. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone? Are we all cleared? Please confirm that quickly. Are we all cleared? Don't worry, what exactly is system.out, what exactly is class, what exactly is static and everything. Tomorrow, that is what we're going to be doing. Tomorrow, we'll be diving deep into this. Don't worry. That's why I told you, every day is important. And I'm going to be covering everything. So don't worry. And also, guys, please subscribe to the channel, okay, if you're new. Okay, one very interesting question Tech Study is asking. Difference between programming language and scripting language. The major difference is, remember guys, they are almost same. They are 99.99% same. The major difference is programming languages are compiled, scripting languages are interpreted. So the languages which are compiled are called as programming languages. The languages which are interpreted, like Python, JavaScript, they are called as scripting languages. But this definition was there way back, maybe 5-6 years back. Now everything is a programming language. Now we consider everything as a programming language. We never call anything scripting language anymore. We just call it programming language because they're completely same. So guys, I hope we are done. But again, guys, this is not what we're going to be doing. We are not going to be using VS Code. What we are going to be doing, so see, you see, right? It was a tedious task, compiling, then running this, then doing a lot of things. Then there is no folder structure. We are creating everything. This is something we don't want to do. What we want to do is we are going to be using a editor, a code editor called as IntelliJ IDEA. You can install it from anywhere, guys. You can just go online, search for IntelliJ IDEA and install it. But remember, guys, before installing this, you should have JDK in your computer. Okay, so first install JDK, then install this. Now let me open this and it will take a little time. And here we go. It has opened. And let me close this already created project and see. So initially, guys, you'll get a window like this, but you won't get this. These are my previously created projects. So you won't get this. Okay. So see, guys, one thing I want you guys to understand is what is a project? Simple, because a lot of times people get confused. What is a project? A project is, in terms of working, it is an application. In terms of code, is it nothing but a collection of files and folders. Remember, guys, a project means two things. In terms of working, it is application. Like my Instagram is a project. Facebook is a project. But in code terms, it is simply a collection of files and folders and some code is written. Right? That's what makes an application. So right now, this folder that I created, right? This can also be considered as a project. But this was very lame project. Only some very basic things I created, 1 or 2 files. There was no hierarchy or architecture, how my files will be created, where they will be placed. So this is not a good way of creating a project. Again, not a bad way as well. We can work with this, but again, this is not a good way. This is not the best way. That is why we are using IntelliJ IDEA, and now we no longer gonna create our folders, our files. Everything will be done by IntelliJ IDEA. How? Let me show you. So guys, initially you won't see all this, but you will see this new project, all that stuff. So what you can do is initially you can just click on new project and a window like this will be here. Just click on new project and name your project. So let me name it Java LU Jan 24. So, guys, I'm naming my project Java LU Jan 24. You can again, guys, give a good name like Instagram or something in future when you start working. But for now, it's fine. Now, where do I want to store it? So, I want to store it on desktop. I want to store this project on desktop. See, guys, internally, a folder with this name will be created. That's all. Internally, a folder with this name will be created. So, nothing big is happening. Don't worry, nothing big is happening. And I want this folder to be created on desktop. Now, it is asking me that as IntelliJ, I provide multi-language support. Do you want to create a Java project or Kotlin project or Groovy project or HTML? I don't care about that. I simply want to use Java. Okay. Then it is also asking me for build system. Right now, don't worry about build system. Just blindly go with IntelliJ. If you're new, you don't have to worry about build system. Once you have learned Java for 1 or 2 months, then you have to worry about build system. Right now, don't worry. Just select IntelliJ and move ahead. Then it is asking, oh, sorry, yes, 25. My bad. I am still in 24. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. 25, correct. I'm really sorry. Okay. Now, here it is asking me, which JDK do you want IntelliJ to use? That is the reason I asked you to install JDK first, because IntelliJ will select JDK for you. It is asking, which JDK should I use to compile your Java? See, normally I was compiling my files by writing commands. Now I am no longer going to do that. IntelliJ will do it. That is what it is asking. Which Java do you want to use? In my PC, I only have one Java which I have installed, Java 21. So that is selected. And I'll say add sample code, or you can also remove it. It's okay. Okay, but I'll just say add sample code just to show you what happens. So add sample code and then create. Now let's see, guys, what happens here. And you can see now, guys, here, this is what has happened. See this? See this, guys? Yes, IntelliJ is open source. It's free. Please download IntelliJ community. If you go online, let me go. Just search for this IntelliJ community edition download. See this one. This one. You can just download this one. Is that clear, guys? This one. That's all. Simple. You'll get it very easily. So, guys, you can see here now, everyone, we have a project. Again, just to show you on the desktop, a project is nothing but again a folder. Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? It has again nothing but a folder. But see, when I created a folder by myself, I directly created my Java files. But in this folder, an architecture is being followed. There is a way that they are following. Okay. So here it is not properly visible. So let's open it in here to understand properly. So guys, here we go. This is our folder. Don't worry about this external libraries, guys. Don't worry about that external libraries. We'll talk about that later on. But here we go. This is our folder. And inside that, you can completely ignore this .idea folder. That is only created because you're using IntelliJ for caches and everything. So completely ignore that. The thing that you have to worry about is this folder. So inside your main folder, there's a folder called as SRC. And inside SRC, there's your Java file. So nothing big, guys. They only created a SRC folder. That's all. So in your main folder, they only created a SRC folder. That's an architecture that people follow in Java world. In future, it will become very big. Don't worry. But for now, inside your main folder, there is a SRC folder. And inside SRC, you have your main.java file. And you can see main.java. And it simply has a class. See that? Public class main. Just like a class we created. Public class first. And a simple public static void main. And a simple system.out.println. Is that clear, guys? Does it look simple as of now? Please confirm that first. Everyone. Are we getting comfortable with IntelliJ? Have you understood what's happening? Don't worry about this git ignore. That will only, I can just simply go and delete it for now, guys. It's not important at all. So I'll just go and delete it. It's not important. This IML file also, don't worry about that. Just think that in your main folder, there's a SRC folder and then there's a main.java file. You don't have to worry about this IML file, this idea folder. They are just there because of IntelliJ. That's all. Completely ignore that. Okay. So one simple file, guys. And now the best part, I don't have to worry about compiling. I don't have to worry about running. I have a very, very simple button, this green button. I'll just click on that and see it already knows that you need to run main.java because it knows that main function is inside this file. So run. And now here, see, hello world. That's it. Same output, exact same thing. Exact same thing. You ran the file, but now what happened, guys? Internally, compilation also happened, running also happened. So the two commands that I was running, I'm not doing that anymore. IntelliJ is doing that for me. Those two commands are now IntelliJ is running for me. I don't have to worry about that. Is that clear, guys? But did you notice something also? Something else also happened here. Did you notice that? Anyone? Anyone noticed something happened here? Anyone noticed something happened? Let's see if someone can answer me. Something happened. Some extra thing is there. Yes, yes, Ashutosh. We have this in VS Code as well. But in VS Code, you have to set up the Java environment. Here it is by default. And if you compare it with VS Code, uh, Ashutosh, IntelliJ is a little better at Java. VS Code is better at a lot of things. IntelliJ is a little better at Java. You'll understand it when in future we'll do a lot of things. When you create a big Java projects, then it is a little better. IntelliJ has a little edge. Asking for subscription? No, just deny it. It should never ask for subscription. Okay, so guys, here we go. See this? Yes, you guys are correct. An out folder. Now, guys, out folder is not a big deal. See, in my folder, when I was compiling my Java file, it was creating the class folder there only, where my Java file is there. It was creating the class folder exactly where my Java file is there, which is not good. Why? Because if you have 20 Java files, so 20 class files will be created. And then it will be confusing for me to read. That is why what IntelliJ does is separate. SRC is a separate folder where only Java files will be there, and out is a separate folder where only class file will be there. This is a class file. See that? This is the class file. So out is only for class files. SRC is only for Java files. So two folders for two different files. So whatever class file is generated, it will be stored in the out folder. It will not be in the same folder. So confusion will never happen, right? Because right now it's fine, 2 files, 3 files. But when you have tens and hundreds of files, which you'll have in future, then it will be tough, right? To read so many class files and Java files at one place. That's why two different folders, one for class files, one for Java files. So you don't have to worry about class files anymore. Is that clear, guys? It should never ask. Just use free version, guys. Please use free version. No worry about all that stuff. Just use free version. That is completely fine. So, guys, are we all cleared, everyone? Can we move ahead now? Can we move ahead? Please confirm. Can we move ahead? Are we all done with the basic setup? So, guys, for today, we'll be only writing code inside the main function. As I mentioned, that JDK will only run code which is inside the main function. Why, how, and how can we go outside the main function? What is this static? What is this public? Tomorrow we'll have a detailed discussion. That's why don't forget to join tomorrow's session. But for today, we'll be writing all the code inside this main function. Okay, and don't worry, tomorrow I'll also tell you what is system. But for that, you need to know more about object and class. Then you'll understand system more. So tomorrow, just wait for tomorrow. Trust me, wait for tomorrow. I'll give you all the understanding that I have about this. Don't worry. That you need actually. I'll give you all the understanding that you need regarding Java. Okay? It will be just quick. If I give you right now, new people won't understand a lot of things. That's why wait for some time. Okay, so guys, let's go. So now you know one thing, that is how to print something in Java. Okay. Now let's talk about the next thing. Now, since it is a programming language, since it's a language, right? Since it's a language, that means you're going to be writing code. And we know, guys, in computers, everything that we do, every code that we write, everything, whatever we do, right? It's for data. Any code that you write, it's for data. On Instagram, what you see is data. You see data in terms of images. You see data in terms of text. On YouTube, you see data in terms of videos. That means inside computer, everything is data. Can we say that? Yes or no, guys? In computers, everything is data, nothing else, right? It's all digital data in different forms. Video, audio, image, text. Everything is data. That means the main job of any programming language is to work with data and present it in some good way. For example, what is Instagram doing? It is simply presenting you data with other people capture in a good way. What is YouTube doing? Same thing. What is Blinkit doing or what is Amazon doing? They are also just showing you data, right, which you can buy. When you click on buy, you're also entering new data that I want to buy. So everything is around data. In programming world, in application world, everything is data and everything is around data. Your shopping, your texting, your like, your post, your comment, everything that you do, everything that you see is data. So a programming language's main job is to work with data. So if I want my program to work with data, how do we do that? I hope I have explained enough about data, right? I know it was a bit too much. I should have directly gone to the variables, but I just don't like that because I want you guys to understand what actually this all Instagram and everything is doing, right? So just a simple over the top explanation, but I hope that's fine. Okay, so let's go, guys. Let's go, everyone. So let's start with the basics. If I want this program to use some data, how do we do that? Okay, so to work with data, the first thing that you need is to store data. Remember, guys, without storing data, you cannot use it. How, like, why do I tell this? Think of it like this. For all the new people, who are new to programming, if I tell you just add two numbers, you will ask me what numbers. Then I'll tell you 4 and 5. So you take 4 and 5, which I spoke, in your mind. So first you store that 4 and 5 in your mind, then you perform the addition. Without storing anything in your mind, you can't perform any operation. Simple. Simple. As a human being, we have to store everything in our mind first to perform an operation, right? So same way, in program also, if I want to use some data, first I need to store it in the computer's memory. My program is running in my computer, and if my program wants to use some data, it needs to be stored in the computer's memory first. Then only the program can use it. Remember this, guys. Then only the program can use it. So to store some data in computer's memory, what we need to create is something called as a variable. What we need to create is something called as a variable. Okay. So guys, what is a variable? Just to, now you know, I think I have understood. Variable is nothing but data stored in computer's memory from a program. If any programming language stores the data in computer's memory to use it, that's what you call as a variable. Simple. That is what you call as a variable. Very simple example if I have to give you. Just for all the new people again, guys. Just for all the new people, let me reset the canvas here. So let's say this is my Java program, right? And if I go ahead and create a variable here, let's, for example, let's say a, and if I pass a value 2, if I create a variable called as a, and if I pass a value of 2, what's actually happening? Internally, my program is putting this data in a computer memory block. Okay, this is a, think of it like computer's memory. Okay, so now this memory block's name is a, and the value stored inside this is 2. If I create one more variable, b equals 5, simple, one more block is created, that block name is b, okay, and the value of that is 5. Simple. So this is what you call as a variable. Actually, this is what you call as a variable. The memory location, in your computer where your data is stored, that is what you call as a variable. But just for easiness, we also call this as a variable. Just for easiness, because we are never going to see this, because this all happens internally. Just wanted to let you know this all happens internally. But guys, this is what happens when I create a variable in my program internally in the memory that is stored. So in future, whenever my program uses that variable, it comes from memory. It always comes from memory. Only when my program is closed, then all this memory is free again. Now someone else can use it. Is that clear, guys? And just to let you know, this memory is going to be RAM. These all variables are stored in RAM. Okay. So again, guys, let's go. So data stored in the computer's memory for a program. Or you can simply say data, to store data for a program or whatever. This is the correct definition. But again, there are multiple definitions you can make out of it. Okay. Data stored for the program, data that you will use in the program, anything you can name it. But then how to create a variable? Let's see that now. How to create a variable? So the syntax for creating a variable in Java is, let me first of all show you the syntax. Now for all the new people who don't know what is syntax, syntax is nothing but the way we write a code. The way we write something is what we call a syntax, like a formula of writing something. So the first thing that you need is data type, then the variable name, or you can also call it as identifier. Actually, this is what it is called, identifier, but you can also call it as variable name, and then equals to value. That's how you create a variable in Java. So the first thing that you need is a data type. So what is a data type? So when you create a variable, by using the type, you mention what kind of data I'm planning to store in that variable. Number, or a string, or a boolean. So there are different kinds of data that you can store in a variable. So you have to mention that first, so that Java knows what kind of data you're planning to store. So just to show you, I actually have a page open of Java W3 schools just to show you. So these are all the types that you can create in Java. See this? These are the types: byte, short, int. See, so if you want to store numbers from -128 to 127, you can use the type called as byte. By this, the computer will know that how much data you're planning to store. If you're planning to store number between this range, you can go for short. If you're planning to store number between this range, you can go for int. Just like that. If you're planning to store character, you can go for this. If you're planning to store true or false values, you can go for this. See? So all of them are nothing but for storing numbers mainly. For string, it is different. We'll talk about that. Okay, so you can see. So why we have different types? Like why we have different types? Because think of it like this. Just think of it like this. If I create an int variable, that means my range is this big. That means that big memory will be reserved. Program will understand, oh, this guy wants to store int. That means I have to reserve this big memory. And then I'm only storing one. Right? That means that big memory is only storing one, so the whole memory is wasted. And in computers, if you waste memory, you're done. That's why you have these different types. That's all. So just leave it. Don't worry about that. So guys, first of all, are we cleared? Everyone? So let's give one type called as int. Let's create a simple variable, int. Now name can be anything, up to you. Again, guys, I'm only going in this much detail for so that all the new people who are new to programming can also understand. Okay, so int, let's call it a for now. So again, guys, remember, or let's call it num. To give name to a variable, you have to follow a few things. That is, you should never start with a number, and you should never give a space. For example, if you're creating a variable called as roll number, don't give a space like this. If you want, you can use an underscore between it to just show a space, but you can never have a space in a single name. So never start with a number, never give a space. Rule. So num and then equal to 10 and semicolon. So what happened, guys? Internally in the memory, a variable named num is created, and in that memory 10 is stored. Are we all cleared, guys? So this is our first variable. Everyone, are we cleared? I know it's a little basic for a lot of people, but for all the new people, as I saw initially, that there were a lot of people who are completely new to Java. So for them, this was important. So guys, are we all cleared? Please confirm that quickly. Are we all cleared? Please confirm that. Are we all cleared with this? And now then let's use this variable. Use means let's try to print this variable. Okay, let's try to print this variable. So I'll go here and I can print my variable like this. So this is, I created the variable called as num, which has a value of 10. And here I simply printed it on the screen, because if I don't use it, then there's no use, right? So I'm saying, please print this variable. I'm printing num. That means the value of that num. Whenever you use a variable, the value is used. So what is num's value? 10. That should be printed on screen. So if I just go ahead and run this program again, And here we go. See, 10. But that's a very basic, right? Just printing the variable. What if I want to print something like this? The number is 10. So remember, guys, if you're planning to write a string, it should always go inside double quotes. So I'll write the number is, and then I can write my variable like this. The number is my variable. So I'm thinking that at the place of num, 10 should be printed. Again, this is for all the new people. So if I run this, see what printed. It is printing the number is num. It is not printing the value of num, because right now Java is not considering this num as variable. It doesn't know that this is a variable. So anything that is inside double quotes, it is always considered as a string. That means right now num is just a plain string. It's not a variable. So you should never write variable inside double quotes. Always outside double quotes. But then if you're writing a string and variable together, they can't directly join together. To join them, you have to put a plus between them. That is what we call, in this case, this plus is a concatenation operator. Now again, guys, concatenation is simply joining. Simple meaning is joining. So I'm joining this string and this variable's value together. So now it should print the number is, and variable's value is 10. 10. So if I just go, here we go. The number is 10. See that, guys? That's how easy it is to create variables. And now you can create multiple things. Let's say if I create a Boolean variable, as I said, types are important so that Java knows what to store. For example, if I go create a variable called as, let's say, status, and if I try to store 23 here, see, guys, red line. What is the issue? It is telling me that you created a variable to store Boolean and you're storing int. That is why types are important, so that Java knows what are we planning to store in a variable. Okay, so here you can't store 23, 24. You can either store true or you can store false, booleans. That's all. But again, right now we don't need it, so we can remove it. So that's why, guys, we have different types. And if you're planning to store names like strings, collection of characters, one type that you have is called as string. So string, let's say name. Then inside this, I can store a string like Saurabh. See this? Simple. And I can then have one more SOP. Guys, you also have a shortcut. You can just write S out and you'll get this. See? So S out, I can write the name is, and then name. And if I run this now, we should have two print. The number is 10 and the name is Saurabh. See that, everyone? So two variables and we are printing both of them. One is of type integer, one is of type string. One will store numbers, one can store strings like this. Are we all cleared, guys? Everyone, are we cleared? Please confirm that. I know it's easy again, but please confirm that. Are we all cleared with this? All set? That's how you create variables and that's how you print something. Please confirm, everyone. All the 200 plus people watching, please confirm quickly. And guys, again, I know it's a lot basic for a lot of people who know Java, but again, tomorrow's session is for you. Then tomorrow is understanding the whole object orientation principle, and also we'll talk about loops and everything as well. So tomorrow's session, guys, the most important session, the most important of this whole 3 day. Okay, now then, before we end the session, let's talk about one more thing. Again, see, that's why I was telling you, I'll explain you the execution part at the end, because that took our 20 minutes, but it's okay. Let's go. I hope you're enjoying the session, guys. If you're enjoying, just spam heart. Just spam some hearts in this chat if you're enjoying the session. Okay. Now then, guys, let's talk about one last thing for today in Java. Very basic, very easy. Okay. Very basic again for a lot of people. Something called as operators. Let's talk about something called as operators in Java. Okay. What exactly are operators? Operators in Java are nothing but which are used to perform operations. Operations like addition, subtraction, division, comparison. These are all different operations. So there are a lot of time when you want to perform operations on your data. At that time, you have to use operators. Now in Java, there are a lot of operators, tons of operators. But based on what they do, they are divided into three main categories. Remember, guys, There are a lot of operators in Java, but based on what they do, they are divided into three main categories, which is binary operators, then unary operators, and also ternary operators. These are the three main categories. Okay. This is the last thing, guys, for today. Tomorrow we'll go in detailed discussion, but let's talk about it. Now, binary operators are the operators which work with two operands or two data. So, two operands or two data. Example, A plus B. So, you can see in here, plus is the operator and A and B are operands. So we need two operands. That's why binary operators. Any operator that works with two operands is called as a binary operator. If you're new, I hope you're understanding, guys. Any operator that works with two operands, these are called as operands when you perform operation. Okay. So if I do 2 plus 3, 2 and 3 are operands, plus is operator. So any operator that works with two operands is binary operator. And in binary, you have multiple categories like arithmetic, okay, which includes simple, plus, minus, multiplication, divide. I hope I don't have to explain all this to you, but don't worry, we'll talk about it. And then modulo. Okay. So these are some of them. I'll also, guys, can you see the font size? Is the font size visible or should I increase it a little bit? Is the font size visible, guys? Is the font size visible? Don't worry, this is the last thing for today, but is the font size visible? Is the font size visible to you? Or should I increase it a little bit? Should I increase the font size? Increase a bit? Wait. I'll just do it. Yes. Let's see if it is working. Oh, this got increased, not the editor. Let me also increase the editor's font size. Where is the editor? Yes, editor, font. Okay, you tell me, guys. Is this good enough? Is this good enough now? Cool. Okay. So arithmetic, plus, minus, multiplication, simple operators. Then you also have comparison, or you can say relational, one and the same thing, which is greater than, less than. Tomorrow we'll use it, guys. Don't worry. We're not going to be going in detail for each and every operator because they're very easy, but don't worry. We'll use some of them. Less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, not equal to. These are what we call as comparison or relational. Then you also have what? Assignment operators. These are all binary category. Okay, guys, these are all come under binary. Assignment is equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, all of this, multiply equal to. These are all assignment operators. Okay. Then in here you also have logical operators. Tomorrow we'll talk about this as well. Inside this you have and, you have or, you have not. These are all what you call as logical operators. For all the people, see, I know that most of you might understand arithmetic, most of you might understand comparison, but for some people, for very, very new people, this logical will be tough. Don't worry, tomorrow we'll discuss it. Today I'm just showing you. So guys, these are the operators which come under binary category because these all operators work with two operands. Just like that, you have unary. Unary only has two main operators. You have plus plus and you have minus minus. Operators which work with single operand. Example, plus plus 1 or plus plus a. So a single operand. That's why unary. So I hope you now understand what will ternary do, guys, right? Binary for two operands, unary for one operand, ternary for three operands. That's it. But don't worry, tomorrow we'll talk about that as well. So guys, these are all the operators that you have which will help you to work with data. So if you want to do any calculation, any comparison, this is what we call as working with data. And to work with data or to perform calculations, comparisons, you need these operators. And tomorrow we'll see a few of the operations, very basic operations. Then we'll talk about conditions. Then we'll talk about loops. So tomorrow's first half an hour will be conditions and loops. Okay. Then next 15 minutes will be arrays. Very important. Very, very important topic. And once we finish array, in the first 45 minutes, once we finish arrays, the next 45 minutes will be understanding objects, understanding classes, understanding what this system.out.println is, will be basically understanding each and everything. We'll talk about encapsulation as well. So, guys, be ready. Tomorrow's session is going to be very, very important. Today's session was for everyone. So, even if someone was new to Java or new to programming, this was for everyone. I know for some people it might be boring a little bit because if you're already working with Java, this is very basic. But I saw initially there were around 200 plus people who were completely new to Java. So, for them, I hope it was important. And, guys, see, the only thing that I want you guys to take from here is you should have the confidence now. Okay, now I know a little bit of Java. So now do you have that confidence, guys? And also, did you guys enjoy the session? Did you guys enjoy the session? Because we have started from basics. Now we'll build to advance. Tomorrow, loops, arrays, and then object oriented programming. Then on the third day, we'll try to build something. So a lot of things in our plate. Okay? And don't worry, we'll go very at a good pace so that you understand everything. So I hope all of you enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It will help us, right? It will help us grow. So please subscribe. Please like the video. And guys, once this session is finished, put some comments. If you have enjoyed my session, if you have enjoyed talking to me, interacting with me, please go ahead, put some comments. Please, please, that will help us a lot. Please put some comments. It can be good comment, it can be bad comment, it can be anything. If it is good, then again it will be very good. But even if it is bad, you can just go ahead and comment. But please, guys, comment, talk to me. You can ask questions, I'll answer that. Okay. And if you want to connect to me, just go on LinkedIn, search for Saurabh Gupta, Let's Upgrade. You'll get me easily. You can connect to me on LinkedIn there as well. You can talk to me. You can talk to me about Let's Upgrade and other videos, everything. So, yep, guys, that's all. Thank you so much for today. I'll see all of you tomorrow exactly at 6:30. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night. The attendance link is in the chat. Go ahead, fill it. If not today, then you can also fill it tomorrow. Don't worry. So thank you so much, guys. Please video, and once the video ends, please comment. I need at least 10-15 comments today on this video. Let's see if you do it. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. Good night, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.